Welcome to my channel, Marty Let's Go Cubs. Today I'll be unveiling a new item I just purchased at Volo Antique Mall Today's Saturday, and I always go on Saturday. I try to, at least first thing in the morning. So I bought this one thing. I'm going to surprise you what it is. I'm not going to say what it is exactly until I open it up. So it's pretty cool, and it is Chicago Cubs item. So let's go first. I'm going to take the price tag off. I also bought this at Volo Antique Mall, but at the Santos display case. So if you ever go there, be sure to stop up there. He has a lot of neat stuff. So, okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1959 Chicago Cubs official press TV radio book, roster book. They call it roster book. Roaster or roster? Oh man, it's a regular edition. I don't know if they have special editions, but this is just a regular edition. 25 cents in 1959. I thought that was pretty cool. And I went there last week, and if you go back to my vlog, you'll see I bought a few Chicago White Sox scorebooks from the late 50s, early 60s. It's really cool, so make sure you go back there and look at it in YouTube land. I'm going to turn it around, and here's a product for Coca-Cola. And we're going to open it up here very carefully. It's in a plastic case. Now, you got to remember, this is basically almost 6 years old. I suppose it was probably printed in the spring of 1959. I'm going to open it up. It's in fairly good condition, and it gives you the schedule here. I'm going to kind of take my camera and just pan. This is the schedule, and I went through this book before I purchased it, just to give a look over, and it gives you the table of contents. And this is Wrigley Field. See how they did it then? 1950 Chicago National League Ball Club Incorporated. So they published it in 1959. So let me open it a little bit. And there's the manager of the Chicago Cubs, along with his coaches. Now, one coach here I'm going to point out is a legend, Roger Hornsby. And there he is. He was a hell of a player when he played baseball. And so and these are the coaches. And here's the great Ernie Banks. Here's some other players here. George Altman. And as I go through it, as you can see, it gives the stats, players' pictures, their stats. And then if I go all the way back, because I don't want to bore anybody here in YouTube land, it gives a few of the information. And where they develop Cubs in the future. That means like spring training. And did want to show you this. This is Wrigley Field. And this picture was probably taken probably 57, I'm guessing, because this book was printed in 59, so this is probably a stock footage photo. Look at that. No lights, no photo, those electronic photo boards, It's really, it was a really pure ballpark then. And it was all the way up to 88 when they put the lights in there. And I actually was there. They actually had to use a helicopter to placed the lights on the roof in 1988. It only took a couple months, I would say maybe 3-4 months the most. August 8th, 88 was the first night game. Even though it got rained out, I was there. I also have the giveaway hat, and I believe I showed that in my vlog. So if you want to see what that looks like, go back and you'll see in my past videos. And this just tells a little bit about the ballpark and about everything. This is really a cool looking book, and so you know, like I said, I think this is pretty cool. So I want to show you at the end of this book. Let's see, I believe it's here. Here it is. I want to show you this. This is the facts about Wrigley Field. And Wrigley basically hasn't changed that much. You know, they did a lot of updating. And of course, last 5 years, and I believe this is the last year of the major renovation, they, for many, many, many years, the park was the same every year. Up to the point where the Ricketts decided to buy the park, and then things changed. All things have to change as long as they stay at Wrigley Field. So if you ever buy Wrigley Field in Chicago, go see the park. They got hotels there now. It's really something else. Where the park is now, they got a Cubs park there next to Wrigley Field. They used to be all just parking spaces. So, well, I hope you like what you saw. And I sure love this book. I was glad I purchased it. And if you like what you saw, please hit like. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Keeps you in a loop of all my daily activities and adventures throughout the days and weeks. And especially when spring and summer shows up here finally. Then I really go out. And it'd be kind of cool because you have a lot of flea markets open then, and I do go by the ballpark often, so we'll take some adventures there in YouTube land. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.